Right, welcome back. There is a reason I'm wearing this ludicrous looking hat. So let's have a sensible video for a change. The M1911 Campaign hat, or lemon squeezer hat, or Montana hat, doughboy hat, whatever you want to call it. It's a 1911 Campaign hat. Long into the traditions of the US, they love to have a large brimmed hat simply for weather issues. You know, it can keep the dust out of your face if you tip it forwards, it keeps rain off of you. It's just a useful hat. Um, Now, it's not really to be considered a World War One bit of headgear. Even though it was around during World War One, these never made it to the front. They never made it to France. So, although these were still being produced, they still had a purpose. It's not really a combat item, but they served for many years, as you'll sort of see from some of these cap cords that I've got in front of me that I've started to collect. And then today I went, do you know what? I need to do a quick sensible video for a change, and why not on these? So this has to be one of the better examples of these hats. It has artillery cap cords in red. It has the earlier small holes, and I'll come back to those in a bit. On the inside, let me peel it back and hopefully you'll be able to see, it has a paper tag for the United Hatters Corporation of America. Those are usually worn away, destroyed, missing, so it's lovely that that survived. And we have the manufacturer on the inside there, the Ferry Hat Manufacturing Corporation, and that was based in New York, like many others. It seems like everything in militaria US seems to be made in New York. Quite a textile industry, hence the clothing district or fashion district, whichever you want to call it. So a good example with the two labels and manufacturers. Now the stitching varies on the edge. Let me just scroll down because I've got lots of notes on my screen. So you can have as many as 8 rows of stitching on the edge. You can have as few as 2. From 1920 onwards, it started to be reduced and, sorry, not reduced, not as in reduced in number, but started to stop being done. And then they cut it out altogether, and then there were no more rows of stitching. So a good indication of when your hat was made is that cut off. It's not more rows earlier. That's not how it works. So between 2 and 8 rows of stitching on the edge. Let's put this one up there for now, out the way. So let's reach for the other one. An officer's version, and already you should be able to see the difference in the acorns and cords. The officer's one is so much thicker. Like, just look at the acorn sort of size. Yeah, it's hard to tell from a camera. The acorns have lots of wire detail. It would have been a sort of gold. What is that? I would say maroon, but maroon's not the right colour. But it's the problem with a lot of these cords is they faded so badly over the years that what was gold is now just brown. What was white is yellow. What was sky blue is fading to white. So you have to take into consideration that with a lot of things. It gets interesting with the white and buff for Signal Corps. Sorry, white and buff for Quartermaster, when the orange and white, when that fades, can look exactly like the Quartermaster cords. Now, one of the little features on these hats as they go over the years is this hole here. From late 1718, let me look at my other notes. Sorry, from December 21st and around August 22nd, 1918, they increased the hole to fit a leather strap, a leather chin strap. Now, these are incredibly rare. I've never seen one for sale, but there we go. Let me shrink down my notes. So it looks, oh no, I just jammed me half out of the way. It looks like this strap here. So these rivets on the side had to be made bigger. You don't need to look at that hat. That was only for that purposes. You get to look at me again. Sorry. So this one is before that change. Still has 2 rows of stitching. The other one was 2. Oh no, that was 3. I don't think this one had any tags on the inside, but let's just check. We have a manufacturer. Oh goodness, some of these leather bands are interesting to peel back. Good. I'm so glad I got these lights. So that way we have, trying to read it off the screen, GW Alexander Co. Reading, PA. And there is the remains of a hat size label in the back, size 7, which is why it doesn't fit me. Because again, all these hats are always like 6 3/4. 7 is probably the biggest you'll find. So if you want to wear one, good luck to you, unless you've got a very, very tiny head. But yeah, so nice officer's version. And again, you'll find all sorts of insignia stuck on these. Stuff that should be on there, stuff that shouldn't be on there. Interesting to see it's bent right round the Montana peak, or crown, shall I say. And again, the Montana crown is this lemon squeezer style. Okay, let's stick him up there out the way. And then the only other one I have is this really, really beaten later version. So this is mid-20s, 30s maybe. Again, we've got no stitching around the side. These holes are massive now to accommodate that leather strap, even though this one doesn't have one. It has a piece of shoelace sort of material to be used as a chin strap. It has the signal cords. Again, they also have these pointlessly decorative strap with a bow, and you can fold over at any point. You can actually see the original color of these, because again, a lot of these hats are faded. This one's really, really stiff, saying that. Whether that's just from age or not, I don't know. Oh, that clank you can hear is the 2-piece cap badge on the front, which is actually quite nice. But again, very, very beaten like the rest of the hat. It's got some nice age to it, and I kept it because it was so beaten. I thought it's quite nice to have an example that's, you know, it's definitely seen better days. Right, let's. Oh, there you go. You can just go on there. Now, if I put it there, no, there, it's just about in camera. Okay, so the cords on the front are the branch of service colours. Oh, actually, let's not jump ahead. No, let's just go straight for branch of service colours. So in 1899, January the 9th, they added 2, and those were the officers' one that was there, gold and black, and a general officers' one, which was just all gold. Of course, it was for the officers. You know, they have to have the shiniest of the shiny. In May the 1st of the same year, 1899, they added the ones for the regular guys, the enlisted guys, the NCOs. And of course, first to be mentioned was sky blue for the infantry. Now, weirdly, I don't have a cavalry one. I've had a vague look around for one, but whenever I look, weirdly, there's never any for sale. Or if there are, they're just stupidly priced. Artillery is one you'll come across quite a lot. You quite often see The knots are, where we get that one, are frayed away. Turn it around though, it displays fine. What else is there? Engineers, scarlet and white, don't have one. Quartermaster sergeant, again, we've got that. Let's see if we can put a better. There you go, you got that tan or buff and white. Ordnance, crimson and white, or white and grey for commissary sergeant. I've never found one of those. Scarlet, again, electrical sergeant, but it will be the same as the artillery one. So why they distinguish between the two. Signal Corps, black and white. Yes, originally it was black and white. I don't know why. Emerald green, unusual one for the hospital corps. And again, they change a lot of this over the years. So that's what they started with. 1902, they add. Well, I got some of those ones. And they add some more. So they changed the quartermaster sergeant to buff. Don't have a complete buff one. The commissary sergeant is grey. The ordnance sergeant is black and scarlet. We have maroon and white. So hospital corps then changed from emerald green to maroon and white. Looks almost maroon and pink now. And then we get, oh, is this? No, this is a following month. So that's all from May the 1st, 1902. So 3 years go past, July 17th, they change the ordnance sergeant to black and scarlet. Don't have that. The quartermaster sergeant to all buff. So why they keep changing him, I don't know. Oh no, I'm reading this same. No, I'm not. Where am I? I need the mouse. I'm reading the same list. They added the Army Service Detachment, though, USMA, which was all buff as well. 1912, January the 25th, they altered general officers to gold and made it thicker. And the other officers, they also made thicker, basically the width of a double cord to gold and black. They changed the USMA, the Army Service Detachment, to green and white. I have one of those coming from the States. Ordnance, all of them are now black and scarlet. Yep, don't have one of those. Signal Corps comes in. Oh, almost knocked it down. And then we get the orange. Sorry, Signal Corps is now changed to the orange and white that you'll recognise from the World War II stuff as well on their piping. In August 15th, 1917, they add this really funky looking one. A lot of work goes into those, and it's for uniformed civilians. Why they needed uniformed civilians? I guess they're some sort of specialist. I don't know exactly who. I've never looked into who got this, but it's a really nice looking cord for something very odd. Where are we? They added field clerks for the quartermaster corps in black and white. Don't have one of those either. They then changed the field clerk quartermaster corps in December of the same year, so 6 months, to silver and black, and it looks like this one here. All that out of the way. Okay, what have we got here? August. Oh, they're not in order. Of course, when I write something, it's not in order. So, why have I got that one out of order? No, never mind. So, August 15th, 1917, general officers all go to blue, except for the quartermaster generals, dark blue, adjutant generals department, dark blue, inspector generals, dark blue. Don't have one to show you. Everything quartermaster corps goes buff. Medical officers go maroon. Now it looks almost pink, but it would have been maroon once in little places. You can sort of, if you don't want to know the true color of things, you sort of look in there, and you can almost sort of, if you pull the cords, sometimes what's been buried underneath will be a different color, but it's hard to see on this. So that goes, medical officers go maroon, so him out the way. Chaplains are added and they get black. What have I got in front of me here? Chemicals. Right. So just in December of that year, interpreters are added, green and white. Tank corps is added as grey, and chemical service comes in as scarlet and white. Why am I always trying to show it over there? Okay, so scarlet and white for chemical. Now, you know, chemical service from World War II being blue and yellow, and sure enough, 5 months later, it's then changed to the colours that you'll recognise from the World War II stuff, and branch of service, branch piping, whatever you want to call it, goes blue and yellow. It's quite a nice contrasting colours. They also changed, no they didn't, they added sky blue cord with red acorns for the machine gun units. Quite a hard one to find. I have one coming from the States at the moment. That was last night's search, and I added 5 or 6 more of these cap cords to try and get one of all of them. Something I haven't done hard enough, hence why I'm missing loads of them. In 1918, July 17th, they added the air service, green and black. I don't have one. 1918, October 15th, they added the motor transport corps with purple. I have one coming from the States, not here yet. In 1919, which will make sense, they added the Provost Marshal's General Department. So, was they're occupying Germany and dealing with everything, they felt the need to expand upon more MPs, Provost Marshals, and that sort of thing. And it's yellow and green, which the MPs keep those colours. Through World War II, I don't know if they still use those colours, because once you go past World War II, it's a very little interest to me. They also add the Transportation Corps, scarlet and green, and I believe that gets altered before World War I to be scarlet and yellow, or certainly some type of scarlet and yellow, red and yellow. 1920, they add the Finance Department, Finance Corps, with silver grey with yellow acorns. I have one of those coming. 1921 in March, they added warrant officers, silver grey cords with black keeper and acorns, and the detached enlisted man's list, which is just called green. I don't know what shade of green, it's just green. And the last few, in 1921, they changed warrant officers and field clerks to silver and black cords with black keepers and acorns. Inspector General's Department goes to dark blue and white. The Judge Advocates General's Department gets added with dark blue and light blue cords. Air Service goes ultramarine blue and yellow. The Bureau of Insular Affairs, lots of strange things coming in to the army as they expand and deal with lots more problems, goes dark blue. Chemical warfare, cobalt blue and yellow. I think that's a mistake because it's already been changed above. Oh no, they've changed the name. They've changed the name from Chemical Service to the Chemical Warfare Service. Cobalt and yellow. Coastal Artillery Corps is now been a thing, and that's now scarlet. Finance Department, silver, grey and yellow. Medical Department is not that one. Oh yes, Medical Department, maroon and white. I'll take there. You can go in the pile. The Militia Bureau, dark blue. Ordnance Department, crimson and yellow, which I believe they keep those colours. Ordnance, yeah, I'm sure Ordnance stays crimson and yellow. So I was trying to think of the transport corps. I know those two are very, very similar in World War II because the A for the, you know what an A looks like, that and that. The first army patch where they have the branch of service colours in the middle, transport and ordnance are really, really hard to tell between. The yellow is almost the same, but the red is a slight shade different, but there's not a lot in it. Really not a lot in it. So General Staff Corps goes to a gold and black. The only other few I have recorded in the book is 1923, August 23rd. They add the Military Bureau, dark blue and scarlet, and Military Police. Now, there was a difference between I forgot the name of it, Provost Marshals. It sort of changed into Military Police over time. So it says yellow and green, so it will be the same chords as the Provost Marshal. It's just that the unit has now changed name. 1936, the National Guard Bureau gets added with dark blue. Warrant officers are brown. USMA professors, scarlet and silver grey. Now, I stopped adding them. There might be a few more after that point, but I don't know what they are. Don't ask me. So, I've probably got less than half. So, still a lot to do, even with the 5 coming. I do have a couple of extras. I have extra chaplains. I have extra, what is it actually called? It's called Quartermaster Sergeant.